Okay, so this video is like last minute the decision to do this because this story just really came out really last night, and so many people have said so much since last night that I was like, the season 5 premiere of the Carl Jackson podcast starts tomorrow, so I wanted to kind of leave my thoughts. So I'm here with LaDonya Pearson, and we're going to talk about some of our thoughts concerning the comments that we've read on Kirk Franklin's page. If you don't know who Kirk Franklin is, that's the son of gospel legend Kirk Franklin. And before I get into this, I just want to leave this little comment and just say, I know the family personally. I know all of them personally. So I am not here to bash the family. I love the family. I understand what's going on here. She doesn't know the family, so she's speaking strictly as a person like everybody else who's been reading the comments and seeing the story, or at least have heard of the story. So whatever she says is just her thoughts based upon her spiritual knowledge and thoughts on it. But I know the family personally, so I am not here to bash the family. I've got to make that very clear. However, I also feel that we are in a society where we like to bully people. We love bullying people. We love being able to take people that are already down, that are already dealing with stuff or stress, and throw them under the bus. We went through this whole phase where the Me Too movement was like the thing. Remember when everybody was about Me Too?
Yeah.
Believe them when they say it.
Mm-hmm.
So why are we not believing him when he say it? Interesting. Yeah. So that's what we want to talk about, is the hypocrisy of our democracy. So I want to start with her story. She has a story that she wants to share with you guys. And then we're just going to kind of go back and forth for a few minutes and just kind of give you our thoughts. We're holding the mic like this because, again, this was last minute. So,
hey guys, I just wanted to say really quick about Kirk Franklin's family that I'm actually not going to speak on their family. I'm only going to speak on topics of Dazhariaa and Kirk, how they're kind of the same, and how we need to just be more careful with humanity, humans, the life on this planet. We need to care for our fellow people, just in our general, fellow man, right? Our fellow man. It's right. It's not about who's less than you or who's above you. It's about loving humanity and humans and people. So that's what I'm going to be speaking on. I actually don't really know I don't know them. Right. Okay, so I just want to start with we really, no matter what our beliefs are, we all come from the same source. No matter what religion or what background we come from, even if you just don't believe in anything, you just die and then you just go back into the earth. Generally, you know that you are of the same makeup of everybody else, if you break it down, scientifically. So we all, even the everything on this planet, all life forms, even the earth, we all come from the same source. So if I was to look at you right now and to say something, just utter some horrible words to you, I would be saying that, I would literally be saying that to myself. I'm speaking to myself right now. So, wow. Just be aware that everyone on this planet, even the animals, even the plants, even the trees, we are all from the same source. And if someone is asking for help, even if you can't provide that help, give them a resource, give them something. That is you. You are them. We're all the same. If you want to speak on that?
No,
Okay.
I was just going to say, to add to that, wow, that's good. To add to that, your words are powerful. The Donald Lawrence was talking about that on the podcast about the word that we speak, and you can see that on March 30th. But the words you say to people and the words, how you express and how you say things is powerful. And so from my perspective, when I read the comments, it was the comments that really got me more so than what happened between the two. Because it's not about what happened. That's none of our business. What happened between Kirk and his son is none of our business. But the comments and how much people were berating the guy, berating his son, to me, it bothered me, which is why I was okay with doing this video, because I feel like we have lost empathy. You tell us about the story about your friend, the lady.
Okay. Okay, so the girl Dazhariaa, she recently killed herself about a month ago, and she left behind, a family, and I just want to add that her TikTok,
Pick your notes up.
her TikTok is she has two TikToks. Am I saying that right? Okay, she has two TikToks, and I think she only has one YouTube channel. She might have some other ones, but there's only one really popular one, and she became really famous through those platforms. And I just want to say that when I saw her YouTube videos and how she became famous, it really saddened me, because people want to see
the downfall of people.
Someone I'm sorry, I'm going to start crying. Why did she have to become famous? By her grandmother cussing her out, or her mother being a crackhead on the street cussing her out. How? Why? Why is that? Why is that a way for someone to get famous? I don't understand that. And people laugh in the threads. People are laughing. People are laughing at her grandmother. People don't see her pain. And I just thought that was horrible. I thought that was horrible. And if you look at the last days of, when she was posting on her TikTok, you can really see her pain. And she was trying to share with people what she has to go through on a daily basis. And she's famous. And she's sharing it with everyone, and they're laughing. They're laughing at her. And I can see how Carry On, his situation is similar to hers, because I'm sure that wasn't the first time his father cussed him out. And I don't know the situation with his mother and why he can't go to his mother or the rest of his family, like maybe his aunts, his uncles. Where is his family? Where is someone for him? And I just want to say, I hope that someone steps up to help him up, give him a hand up, and just say, hey, I'm there for you. Someone who's close to him and who can be there for him.
Yeah, I was bothered by the fact that when Kirk said the words, and again, this is Kirk. I'm not speaking of the family. So I want to make this clear. I'm speaking strictly about Kirk. I would say this to his face. So it's not anything I'm saying here that I wouldn't say to his face. When Kirk says you're poor and you're poor MF, there's nothing that your son or your daughter can say to you that would make you say that. That was said out of something else. I won't call it hatred. I won't call it all the things that people would probably go to for words, but that's something else. That's not a loving father. A loving father is someone who can still express what he's feeling. I have no issue with really him cussing him out, honestly. I had an issue when he said, you're poor. I think people don't understand how much empathy we've lost. To say that someone is poor is the complete and utter example of lack of empathy. It means you have no clue what it means to care that you shouldn't say that, especially to your son. So for me, it was about that being laughed at, people taking the side of him saying this to his son. I have a problem with that. Again, I don't have an issue with son and look, I've gotten into it with my own father. We've said things to each other because it's just family stuff. I mean, you've probably had some of the same incidents in your family. So no one's dogging or taking away Kirk's right to feel the way he feels about whatever situation. That is just life. But when you start saying stuff like you're poor or you're ugly or you stinky or you skinny that's when it gets into something else. That means you're not even focused on the issue. You're focused on ego. You're focused on being right. You're focused on things that will bring that other person pain because maybe you're feeling pain. But that's when it's wrong. And to see those comments and the things that people are saying, and they call themselves Christians, saying, I had one lady who responded to my little comment. She was a pastor's wife, and she's like, I would say that and cuss him out too. And I was going, wow. And you wonder why people think Jesus is a joke. They think Christianity is a joke.
Yeah.
I think Christianity is a joke at this point. I've been raised in it, and I think all of y'all are just hypocrites. Mm-hmm. That's what I think. I do not go to church. I pray. I have a personal relationship with God, the real true God. I don't worship no man. I don't worship Creflo Dollar. I don't worship T.D. Jakes. I don't worship Joel Osteen. I listen to some of their sermons because you can still learn from everybody. But I think most church people are hypocrites because they'll say one thing and then they'll do another. Just like the Me Too movement. Everybody was into the Me Too movement. Believe them. That was the thing. Believe them. Don't even question it. Just believe them. So we don't supposed to believe Kirk Franklin. We're just supposed to just take sides because Kirk Franklin is famous. I have a problem with that. I think our society, that's what's wrong with our society. And it's not Kirk's fault. I'm not even saying that it's his fault because it's not. It's the industry. It's the system. This young lady that you speak of who died, you made a good point about how she became famous from her pain, something that should have been rectified in counseling. She should be famous for singing. She should be famous for being the next astronaut. She should be famous for opening up a cookie store or a lemonade stand. But she's famous for getting cussed out by her grandmother?
Just her family members. I just want to say this one last thing. I've heard this phrase many, many times, and people use it as an excuse to not help someone. And that is, people say, they never did anything for me. What have they ever done for me? Well, what have you done for them? You know, when did you step up and do something for someone? You know, we can't keep going around in the family circle saying they never did anything for me. You know what I'm saying? Well, I do stuff for people all the time. Okay, but what about the person who's asking for help?
Exactly. Right.
You know what I mean? It's, you can't just keep saying, well, they never did anything. Well, whatever. Just do something for the person who needs it. You know, don't just, oh, well, I'll go over there and help that person because I can see they need it. You know what I mean?
They've proven to me that they won't take advantage of my help. They're trying to do for themselves. Look, some people just can't do for themselves because they don't have the resources. Go ahead.
Right. And you can tell the people
that are using you.
That are, you know, okay, I get it. There's a family member in your family who's on crack cocaine, and you know all they're going to do with the money is, you know, buy some crack cocaine. Okay, I got that. But if there's a family member who isn't doing anything like that, who seems like a pretty well-to-do person, and they're just in a situation where they need a hand up, give them the hand up. If you have the resources, maybe they just need, you know, maybe they don't even need money. Maybe they just need a job. If you can help them get a job. Maybe they just need, you know, whatever they're asking for. If they want to start a business and they're expressing to you, okay, I need help. You know, maybe they just need help with being in the family, and everybody is pushing them away in the family because of rumors. You know, that goes on a lot.
Oh yeah.
And everybody needs to not listen to the rumors. We need to listen to that person specifically, whoever they are. If they're crying out for help, help them.
Yeah, let's just say, for argument's sake, Carry-On, it made the whole thing up and he's lying, which he ain't, because we heard Kirk cussing, so he didn't make up something. But let's just say, for argument's sake, he said, Kirk, you full of S, and then started taping so he could get Kirk, you know, riled up. Let's just say that's true. That means the person still needs help, even if it's mental help.
Yeah.
Like, you still need to, as a father, I'm speaking as a father, because see, I have a daughter and she's tough. My daughter, I can already see when she turns 16, 17, we might bump heads. I can see that now, but I can't ever see myself trying to degrade her confidence in life. I'm the person that's supposed to take those hits. You know what I mean? I'm her father. Mm-hmm. I'm supposed to be mature enough to take the hits so that she can learn with me, so that when she goes out in life and she try to bully somebody, then she'll come back to me for the lesson when I tell her, hey, this feels bad, I know, but see, remember how you did this to me? I took the hit because I'm your father and I love you, but these other people ain't gonna take the hit. That's what fathers do. Mm-hmm. Fathers take the hit. That's what we do. And so for me, it's about caring enough for humanity that we go back to the basics. And I want to say this too. I just want to kind of end it with this, and you can have the last word, but I want to end it with this. A lot of times people want to see other people fail because it makes you feel better about your own S and effed up life. Mm-hmm. So if your life is full of S, it makes you feel good to see Kirk Franklin cussing his son out, because it's like, oh, well, if he's Mr. Kirk and he can do it, then I don't feel so bad. I'm stuck. No, you still wrong. All you parents that disrespect your children, and all you children that disrespect your parents and don't show love, you're wrong. Yeah. Kirk don't give you a pass, because on Judgment Day, you're not standing before Kirk. You're standing before God. Bottom line. So I don't think it's. I think a lot of you leaving those comments are just wanting to see the mess. It's kind of what you said earlier about the Dazhariaa becoming famous from her grandmother cussing her out. That shouldn't be a reason to be famous on TikTok. The reason to be famous on TikTok is because maybe you did something fun dance video, whatever the reasons are. I don't have TikTok, so I don't know. But she knows. But whatever the reasons why you become famous on TikTok should be positive. It shouldn't be negative. Yeah. So I'm gonna let you have the last word on this, because I feel like I've said everything that I wanted to say about this situation.
Okay. I really didn't have anything else to say, but I guess I'll just try to sum it all up. But just, if you don't know about Dazhariaa, go check her YouTube out and her TikTok out, and we'll put the information down in the description.
And if you know Kerrion and you feel that he's crying out for help, I'm telling this to everybody. I'm not saying this to the Franklin family or the Collins or anybody, because I don't want y'all emails. I got it. We friends. I get it. But if any of you know Kerrion Franklin, make sure he's in a right place mentally if you're close to him, because these are the type of things that make people kill themselves.
Like Dazhariaa. Dazhariaa killed herself. She
killed herself from people basically making fun of her pain. You can only take so much of that before. And I looked at what he did, honestly, was a last-ditch effort. I think he's at the point where he's given up on life. He could be look, we're in the middle of a pandemic. He could be homeless. Kerrion could be hungry. He may not have no money. And who are you supposed to go to? Family. Mm-hmm. But if you can't go to family and your own sister, Kennedy, is making fun of you online like everybody else, what do you think drives people to suicide? What do you think does that?
Mm-hmm. That's what happened to Dazhariaa. So I think it was a compilation of many things what led her to her suicide. Of course, absolutely. I don't know exactly the whole entire story. We only know what she shared. And what she did share was, I think, what she was personally wanting to share with everyone, because she wanted to give an explanation of why she chose to kill herself.
Right.
So if you go to her channel and her TikTok, you can see everything that led up to it, because she wanted to expose her reason. And I think it's important that we take this knowledge and apply it to anyone who's crying out for help. And you'll be able to see the signs if you know them, if you study her story. And what I'm thinking of is that Kerrion is doing the same thing. He's crying out for help. He's sharing with the world. This is what I'm going through. I need help.
And then let me just say this. People who are always saying, yeah, you might be in pain, but don't put it on social media. Social media is a part of our life now.
It is.
It ain't going nowhere. Mm-hmm. It is not going anywhere. Mm-hmm. It's going to get more and more online driven. It's going to get to the point that you'll be able to talk to people from your car like the radio, mm-hmm. or see them on FaceTime from your car. That's where it's going. Mm-hmm. Social media is part of our way of connecting to the voices. It's a way for him to, instead of going to CNN, he can just go to his Instagram page. Mm-hmm. That's where we are. Social media is here. It's not going anywhere. Mm-hmm. So stop saying he shouldn't have put it on social media. That's his choice. It's his page. Mm-hmm. It's his page. Now, I'm going to bring in something that no one's probably thought about. And I'm going to say this. And again, this has nothing to do with Kerrion or Kirk or anybody. I have to keep saying that because I don't want the family thinking that I'm, trying to throw anybody under the bus. But a lot of what I saw in the comments was hero worship. You guys have made Kirk Franklin a god. You guys make T.D. Jakes a god. You guys make Tom Cruise, Will Smith, it don't matter. You guys are making these people gods. Yeah. So what happens is power corrupts. Power corrupts. You give somebody too much power over your life, they can get away with anything. Mm-hmm. They can tell you Satan is God and you'll believe it. If Kirk right now came out and said, I now want to worship Satan, half of you would still rock with him. You would. That's a problem. We should only look to source for our answers. We should only look to source for what we believe. in terms of information, if we have doubts about stuff, we're supposed to go to source. That is supposed to be the thing that we look up to, not humans. Humans fail. People fail. I fail. I've done stuff to her that has hurt her. She's done stuff to me that's hurt me. People fail. But it's not your job to tell somebody that they should get over their pain the way you think they should get over it. Mm-hmm. Maybe this is the only way he can get over the pain is by releasing it this way. Maybe this is him trying to heal. Mm-hmm. Some people heal differently. Some people, you shouldn't do it publicly. Well, some people heal quietly. Mm-hmm. Some people heal publicly. Some people throw fits and cry and hit the walls. Mm-hmm. Everybody heals differently. Mm-hmm. I see this as someone who's at a crossroads that could either be healed, or this could take him out. Finally, sometimes our blessing is in the thing that we are most afraid of. So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, if Kirk decided to welcome him back into the family, and that's their business. I'm not saying he's supposed to do that. That's their business. But let's say he welcomed him back to the family and decided to do a song with his son. Who's to say that the biggest hit Kirk ever writes is with his son? Sometimes your blessing is in the pain. Sometimes your blessing is in the test. Are you going to treat your own son correctly? Everything you sing about, everything you preach, do you really believe that? Yeah. Or are you just fronting for the gram, as they say? Sometimes your biggest blessing, it has definitely happened to me. I don't think I would have television networks, movies out, if I didn't face my biggest stuff, the nasty stuff. Yeah. You have a last word?
Yes. Maybe Kerryon tried to reach out to family. That was him trying to reach out to family. And they keep giving him the same, reaction. And I think that, we can't just see everything from our own point of view. Maybe there's a point of view that we don't know about. And so we can never, I always tell you about, we can't judge people for what we're seeing or hearing or anything. We really can't, because we don't know that person's heart. We don't know what God is seeing in that person. We don't know what God is seeing in the situation. We don't know all of that information. So it's best to not judge it. Don't judge it. Just say, well, this person needs help, so okay, we should help him. What's wrong with that? I don't get it. Like, why do we have to get into the controversy of the different angles about whatever? None of that makes sense to me. The person is asking for help. That's all that should matter. That's all. That's the only thing that the topic should be. The person needs help. Okay, how are we going to help them? That's it. That's it. There's nothing else to talk about, in my opinion. So just be aware of that. Don't get into the gossip. Don't get into the anger behind it. There shouldn't be any anger when somebody's asking for help. There should be compassion. There should be you handing out your hand and saying, come on with me, I'm going to help you out. That's what you should do. That's all I have to say about that.
Final thing, I keep saying final thing. This really is my final thing. I don't teach my daughter to say yes sir, no sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. I teach her to say yes, no, things like that, but I don't teach her. And the reason why is because I'm teaching her that adults only respect adults that respect you. Bible even says, I heard a lot of women from church tell me, and men who said to me over the last 24 hours, parents should respect kids should respect their parents. The Bible says that you'll live long. And in that same scripture, although I looked it up, in that same scripture it says, and fathers, provoke not your children to wrath.
Yes.
Anything else to say?
That's wonderful. And I just want to add that was beautiful. That was really beautiful what you said. What if Kirk Franklin and Carry On, they decided to, I don't wait.
Do a song or
do a
movie together or whatever, right?
Whatever. But the part that you said, allow him back into the family, I'm like, that part shouldn't even there shouldn't be allowing someone back into the family. Their family.
Right.
Their family.
Even if he was a crackhead, he's still family.
He's family.
He's still family. Yeah, a lot of y'all are fronting for the gram. Y'all don't believe what y'all say.
And that goes on a lot.
Yeah.
In anybody's family, whether they're famous or not.
Right.
So that's why I wanted to be a part of this podcast, because I'm speaking for everyone. And yeah, my heart is like, I just wanted to share with you my heart, because I really feel that the world needs to be more compassionate and share compassion. So that's all I have to say.